Hello everyone, back to today's second video, doing Snow Watch for today's second video. So I believe this is the first Snow Watch of the season. It's left us waiting this year. It's a little bit later than normal, I think, to do the first Snow Watch of the season. But we have got cold air establishing from the east at the moment. And we've got low pressure coming in from the Atlantic on Saturday, coming up against that cold air. There's going to be a bit of a battle going on. And there will be a little bit of snow, but I don't think it's going to be all that much snow actually away from northern parts of the country. What we may get, though, excuse me, I've got a bit of a cold, so probably be coughing away through the video, sorry about that. What we may get on Saturday more widely is a risk of freezing rain, especially early on in the day and into the early afternoon before temperatures start to lift up. Freezing rain, very dicey. It can produce sheet ice. It can be very nasty indeed. So that may be a little bit more of a concern away from northern areas anyway, where I think there is a better chance of getting some snow. So northern England and Scotland, I think has a better chance of snow. Further south, I would suggest freezing rain may be more of a concern than snow. But I'll talk you through everything that's going on at the moment. It's a very marginal situation, so it's a tricky one to start us off with for the first Snow Watch of the season. I'll get on that for you very shortly. Just to say that today's first video update is on the homepage, and that was having a look at weather next week to 10 days. We may be inching our way to some colder weather running up towards Christmas, but have a look at that, see what you think. So we're going to start off with the facts charts. These are the human interpretation of models by forecasters at the UK Met Office. This is fact chart for midday tomorrow. With high pressure up over Scandinavia, we're bringing in this cold easterly wind. Weather fronts are out in the Atlantic, but they're being held at bay tomorrow. So it will be a very cold day. Temperatures only 2, 3, 4 degrees, quite widely across the country. We'll start off with a very harsh frost as well. That takes us through to midnight Friday to Saturday, when this weather front is moving in from the Atlantic. So we've got this occluding front just here. That's one that's bumping into the cold air, but it's quite a weak system. And then we've got more active fronts following along behind. Now, as we get through to midday on Saturday, we've got these fronts moving in across the country. So this first one is coming into the cold air, could be producing snow across northern England and Scotland, might be producing some freezing rain across England and Wales. A lot of precipitation on that can be quite light. And then we've got these second fronts that are following on behind. They're more active, but they're bringing in the milder air. So once this first front's gone through, it's probably, away from Northern Hills anyway, probably won't be cold enough within the atmosphere to snow, but it could still be pretty cold on the surface, so that's where that threat of freezing rain could be coming from. That's midnight on Sunday. The fronts carrying on moving northwards and eastwards, introducing milder air from off the Atlantic. By this point, the freezing rain risk should be mostly gone away from northern areas, and there may still be a snow risk actually up in the north, but milder air is tucking in from behind. And then by the time you get through to midday on Sunday, everything's pushed through and we're back into an Atlantic airstream. So just having a look at the upper air temperatures and dew points, because this really determines where you're going to get snow and where you'll have rain, but where the rain might freeze as it hits the surface. This is the GFS for midnight on Saturday, so midnight Friday night, Saturday. High pressure dominated over Scandinavia. It's introduced its cold air from the east, but these weather fronts coming up against that high pressure are trying to bring the milder air in from off the Atlantic. That's how the upper air temperatures are looking at midnight on Saturday. We've got the -5 ice firm across the eastern part of the country. That's proper cold. If you're within -5 ice firm, it'll very often snow. We've got the 0 Celsius isotherm, this line just here, introducing these yellow colours just out to the west. Now, between the -5 and the 0 isotherms, it can snow depending on the dew point. But once you go within the 0 Celsius isotherm, so once upper air temperatures reach 0 degrees, it can never snow. It will not snow if the upper air temperature reaches 0 degrees or more. So that's why it's something to bear in mind with the upper air temperatures. Now, as we go through the course of Saturday morning, it's 6 o'clock Saturday morning, -5 ice is still on the eastern side. We're between -5 and 0 with the upper air temperatures across most parts of the country, but this 0 Celsius ice firm, yellow colours are moving into the west. There's the dew points at 6 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, widely at or below freezing. There's a precipitation forecast with rain across Ireland, the far southwest of England, otherwise dry and frosty. Light rain, light precipitation, then starts pushing northwards and eastwards through the course of Saturday morning. Most eastern areas are still dry at this point. Rain starts to get a bit heavier down to the southwest. There's the upper air temperatures. So remember, where these green colours are, it can snow. So much of Scotland could be seeing snow as this light precipitation moves in. Parts of northeastern England too, if precipitation gets there. But where you're in those yellow colours, it can't snow. It can't snow where you're in those yellow colours. But you'll see that a large area of where those yellow colours are, just here, a large area have got dew points still below freezing. And so what's going to happen is that it's going to be around freezing on the surface, but it can't snow because the upper air temperature is too mild. So the rain will fall out of the cloud, hit the surface and freeze. And that's where freezing rain gets involved. Now, we go through to 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday, and we've got this wet weather pushing northwards and eastwards. The rain's turning heavier at this point. And also these yellow colours advancing northwards as well. Still potentially snow for Scotland, though. Still in those green colours across Scotland with the upper air temperatures. So it could still be potentially snowing there. Otherwise, it's rain. Away from high ground anyway, it's moving northwards and eastwards, but you'll see still the dew points are around freezing across many eastern and northern parts of the country. So that risk of freezing rain probably continues, particularly through parts of eastern and northern Britain through the course of Saturday afternoon. There's quite a bit of precipitation around on Saturday afternoon, at 6 o'clock in the evening. Increasingly heavy rain moving in from the southwest as the upper air temperatures could still be snow across Scotland. Now the dew points are lifting up, so except across Scotland and northern England, the dew point is around freezing there, but most of the places the dew point's gone above freezing. So not only can it never snow when the dew point is above freezing, if the dew point is above freezing, you won't get freezing rain either. So that's just general rain falling down at that point, 6 o'clock in the evening. So gradually milder air is extending in from off the Atlantic. That rain pushes away overnight, Saturday into Sunday, and it turns milder. So this is the precipitation type forecast from the GFS. This is for midnight from weatherout.com website here. This is midnight on Saturday. Some snow coming into southwestern Scotland at this point, mostly light, and perhaps into west of Wales as well, otherwise mainly dry. That's 6 o'clock in the morning, turning wet across Ireland, Wales, southwest England, most places dry, and frosty start to Saturday. And then the precipitation moves in from the Atlantic during the course of Saturday morning. So we've got rain in the southwest. It's moving towards northern England and Scotland, where it's beginning to turn to snow. And down here across parts of the Midlands and into Wales, there may be a freezing rain risk. That carries on pushing northwards and eastwards through the course of Saturday afternoon. Again, not much snow. The suggestion is snow for Scotland coming down in towards northern England. Rest of England and Wales, we've got increasingly heavy rain moving in from the west. For a time, that could be freezing, particularly through parts of the Midlands, eastern England as well. There is a chance of a little bit of snow across the southeast, but I don't think it'll amount to too much. I'll be more concerned about freezing rain in the southeast. And by the time you get through to Saturday evening, snow is mostly across Scotland. Otherwise, it's rain. And this is just general rain, not freezing rain, as those dew points lift up. Some heavy snow suggested as parts of central Scotland on Saturday evening with those purple colours. So this does look as though it could produce some snow for Scotland. And in the hills, over Pennines, over Scottish mountains, there might be quite significant snow, for it all pushes away overnight Saturday into Sunday. This is how the high resolution arpeggio model is seeing things. Again, this is at the weatheroutlook.com. So precipitation type forecast through Saturday morning brings snow to western, southwest Scotland. Some snow through parts of northern England, possibly into the Midlands and North Wales as well. So that's a little bit more widespread than the GFS with the snow risk through Saturday afternoon. Again, it could be a wintry mix, rain, sleet, snow and freezing rain, all possible there, but certainly through Scotland, Northern Ireland down to North Wales and parts of the Midlands, just look a little bit more significant for snow actually on Saturday afternoon. And really quite significant snowfall possible for the high ground of northern England. Scotland could be talking about 10 centimetres or 4 inches there. Overnight Saturday into Sunday, that clears away. We reaches winds from west, and it turns milder as well. This is the Euro 4 high resolution model from Weather Online. You find the link to all of these websites that you're using for Snow Watch tonight on the links page. This is Euro 4. We can only get to midday on Saturday with this. So starting at 6 o'clock in the morning, rain on Saturday, rain into Ireland, Wales, southwest England. Some of it could be quite heavy too. Otherwise dry and frosty, and then as far as we can get is to midday on Saturday, excuse me, where we've got wet weather piling into west, and the risk of some light rain, freezing rain or snow moving into parts of southwest Scotland and northwest England. Very little to be seen though up to midday on Saturday with that one. This is Halan from the website metroshield.fr. So again, we've got the rain into Ireland and southwest England at midnight on Saturday through the course of Saturday morning. We find that wet weather pushing eastwards. So again, could be a wintry mix of freezing rain across parts of England and Wales. Get up towards the Midlands, up to northwest England, turning readily to snow, and also up to southwestern Scotland. That's as far as we can go. 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday. So again, North Wales, Northern England, southwest Scotland, a risk of significant snow. There again, 10 centimetres, 4 inches is possible on high ground. Further south, it looks more of a wintry mix through other parts of the Midlands, central southern England. So not impossible. There could be a short period of snow across parts of the Midlands, central southern England through the course of Saturday morning or into early Saturday afternoon, before it then turns back to rain, and then that risk of freezing rain probably comes into the mix. And then finally, we've got the ECMWF model from website weather.us. So this is to start the day on Saturday, a little bit, and it's showing snow depth. And bear in mind, it does overdo the snow depth. It gives you a rough idea of where the model is expecting it to snow. So got a little bit of snow across southwest parts of Scotland during the course of the first thing on Saturday. Otherwise, not much to be seen. Let's run through these slides, and what happens through the course of Saturday is that the snow depth increasingly starts to pile up across Scotland in particular. You'll notice southwest Scotland gets quite deep snow cover, so that's Glasgow, that's Edinburgh. Quite deep snow cover appearing there through the course of Saturday afternoon. It's overdoing that a little bit, but it's a suggestion that certainly for parts of southwestern Scotland, northwest England, there could be quite significant snow from this during the course of Saturday. And we do start to see a little bit turning up across other parts of northern England as well, interestingly. So we're continuing to run through Saturday, and the snow depths are piling up across Scotland. Some parts of northern England, particularly northeastern England, seeing the snow piling up. A little bit down towards the northwest of England and North Wales, but not as much as some of the other models have been showing. Actually, but a very significant snow event actually being forecast by the ECMWF for Scotland. I'll run you into Sunday, and there we go. A little bit over the Pennines as well, some quite significant snow there. Anywhere further south of the North Midlands, though, looks like it. There may be some snow for a time, but probably won't amount to too much. The greater risk for parts of South Midlands, Eastern Wales, those sort of areas, South Wales, down in central southern England, East Anglia, South East England, probably Lincolnshire. Those areas, the greatest risk, I think, is going to be of freezing rain on Saturday. We don't get much freezing rain in the UK. It's quite unusual. So if you've got any plans for Saturday, although snow might not be too much of a problem for southern areas as it is in the north, I would still keep a very close eye on the weather warnings from the UK Met, actually, for Saturday. If you're going to be going out and about on the roads and pavements, I just keep an eye on things and make sure that we don't have this ice problem on Saturday, because I think the parameters within the atmosphere there, with the dew point for quite a long time through Saturday being below freezing, but the upper air temperatures being above freezing, I think the parameters within the atmosphere for England and Wales in particular could be suggesting some quite nasty freezing rain. That's right, further north, northern England, Scotland, that's where the greatest risk of snow is going to be. Right, so we're off and running with Snowwatch for the winter of 2018-19. Wonder how many more Snowwatches we'll do before we get to spring. We'll find out in the next few weeks. But that's all for now, and thanks for watching.